The title of this is what makes us stupid when it comes to voting or anything else in our lives. And I understand that that is off-putting, but understand something. This is heavily weighed, this is highly considered, and I enjoy when I can educate somebody or somebody's in what I would call observational truths. Things that if I tell you something, you should be able to see it. And it's not a subliminal, it's not manipulation, it's blaring. It's right there in the open, you can't deny it. So listening to certain people finally come around to understanding why we can't have nice things, why our society and our one lives will not be able to be as magnificent as it should, is because one, we've got various tribes got various ways, and those ways are pretty much, it's an indoctrination, it's a grooming. You can use fear, you can use strength, you can use just arrogance. It really doesn't matter. Just take it back to the extreme beginning and speed it up rapidly. People, they pair out, pair bond, or group up. It's safety. Initially, it's safety. The more of us there are, the less chance something's going to hunt us. And if it does, then most likely what's going to happen, it's going to lose. We might lose one or two, might. But with tools, effort, togetherness, we survive, and then it becomes the meal. And then we can hunt it. That's basically what goes on. And then those tribes are seen as strong. They get joined by those who are either weak or looking for someone strong, or just don't want to be alone. So those get stronger, and then there becomes a belief, a way of life. That tribe will take on that way of life. For a speedier example, and I'm going to get to the option I didn't mention, because sometimes it's not what you hear, it's what you don't hear that's important. But when you have that, for example, when it comes to politics, let's say you have your sides, your tribes, because that's what it is. That's why nothing will change, because Republican, Democrat, they are tribes, they are sides, they are we are right, they are wrong. Even if you know you're wrong, they are wrong, or they're wronger, you'll find a way to make it work. If you have one person in a crowd listening, everyone, it's a sea of beings, a sea of people that are listening to a politician, a candidate, or anything like that, and one person shouts something. It doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. It could be as racist as it needs to be. It could be as positive as it needs to be. It could be sort of in the middle. We hate these people. Well, we are for this type of mindset to make things better. Or, you know what? Cheesecake is awesome. It could be either thing. And that one person will shout it. Most will be silent. One or a few others will shout for that. Today, we're a little fortunate because you might get a few voices that shout against it. But by and large, you'll hear the ones stand up for it. And at that moment, when you hear more than one voice stand up for it, that's when those who need to be, or those who are afraid, and I just want to get with the winning group, that's when you hear them shout something similar, or even worse, or not as harmful, but it's still harmful. That's when you'll hear that. Even if it's something positive, we want Medicare for all, silence. Yeah, we need that. Then others, I don't want to be left out. Yeah, we need that. They might have thought something else, but then everyone is saying they need it. That's what's going to happen. But which people, which silent tribe gets hurt the most? And it's not third party. No, they're the ones that just say, I just want to stay to myself. They're the introverts, basically, of most anything. I hunt alone, I fight alone. It's sort of like Clubber Lang. Clubber Lang wasn't a bad guy in Rocky 3. He was hungry. He wanted to fight. And that was it. He was never a true villain. I'm going to do whatever I got to do, say whatever I got to say to achieve the goal of being champion. I'm not going to hurt anybody. I'm not going to mess anybody up. But if you get in my face, it's going to be on. And that's what happened. If you take a step back and watch it, that's what goes on. And the introverts are the ones that are quiet. They're the ones that are silent. I just want to be here, doing my thing, and that's it. I will sit back. I will vote according to what will help me, while everyone else will vote in accordance to what their tribe says, but they will do so even at their own detriment. And both sides view the other voting against their own best interests. That's the problem. Once you become tribal, you believe you're right. You have to go for the for sure win, and you don't care if that win is true or false. You just care that your side win. And this is why we can't have good things. Trump started something, and a lot of people, yeah, because might makes right. And a whole lot of other stuff. It could be racism, xenophobia, bigotry. I don't like this person, so I don't like all people that look like that person. That's what happens. They'll come out in droves. And even though today they can see how it's hurting them, they can't stop. Because if they're wrong, then that's going to destroy their world. It's a emotional sunk cost fallacy. It's emotional. It's not rational. It's not logical. It's emotional. And even if you tell them every in and out about Medicare for all, why DEI is not bad, and all this other stuff, they can't give up on what they, one, have been taught, two, have been trained in, three, believe in, four, there's no way I can get out of this and be all right without this community. You're fighting legitimate fear itself when it comes to that. So you ask, what can you do about it? How could you stop this? No matter which side, doesn't matter Democrat or Republican, how could you stop the other side from doing what they're doing? And the truth is, you really can't. Because as much as it takes education to make someone a progressive or a Democrat, or in general, just someone who has empathy and sympathy, understanding, remorse, education can give that. But you got people that are anti-education, and they'll say it, and you'll hear it, that they don't want the education because they need to keep their side strong. So summer is around the corner, just a day or day and a half away. Things are already getting hot. And when it comes to the heat, it makes things worse. So stay inside and think about those who might not have heat. Well, not heat, but AC. Think about those who can't cool off. Think about those who are staying outside in 97 to 110, maybe even a few 117 or 21 degree heat. How much do you care? How much? What excuse would you make to make it so that you don't have to lift a finger? A single finger, a vote to help reduce this harm. Imagine that. All you have to do is vote for someone that wants to help these people. Would you do it? There's your answer. Thank you for listening.